Hey guys, Angela here with Real Life Access, and I wanted to do a little reaction video. There was a story in the news concerning a service animal that I think is important to discuss. So I'm just going to jump over here and I'm going to play the video and then we'll discuss it.
Bill man is speaking out after he says he was kicked out of a local store for bringing his two service dogs inside.
As Fox 13's Lauren Donovan reports, this man relies on his dogs to alert him to oncoming migraines.
This man, James O'Neill, has a very rare, physically evident genetic disorder. And James tells me he was making a trip to his favorite store here in town, Value Village, this week when he was unexpectedly confronted by an employee questioning him about his two service dogs, Sprinkles and Otis.
But it's just like 1 out of 3,000 people. They get it.
James O'Neill has been battling his neurofibroma diagnosis all his life. Blind in one eye, James tells me a life-saving surgery back in 2008 removed an 11-pound tumor from his face.
When I was little, my mom taught me everybody's different. Hold your head high and proud every day and live life.
And despite his health battles, James lives life big.
I mean, no one thought I would live 62 years.
From his feet to his beak.
Die hard from day one.
This 12 never misses a game day, and neither do these two.
She's a tight end, and Otis is a running back.
Service dogs Sprinkles and Otis are outfitted in these jerseys James purchased at the Value Village down the road.
I go there to look for Seahawks stuff or for stuff for them. You know, I found a lot of good stuff there, and I like going there.
The pet stroller he pushes them around in.
And I actually found this at Valley Village before I got in trouble.
He goes there all the time, dogs in tow, no problem. But James says Wednesday night, for the first time ever, he found himself unwelcome.
And the guy followed me around for a while. They barked once, and he came over and he goes, I need to know about them. And I said, they're service dogs.
Handing over this card, he explained these two are trained for a specific job.
They let me know before I get migraines. Otis will growl, and Sprinkles will either stare me down, or if I'm sitting down, she'll jump up on my chest. And when I told him they're for migraines, he said, you can check out and leave now.
The longtime shopper left feeling confused and sad.
I did watch him after I left. He's over talking to all his coworkers and laughing.
Before these two, there was Honey Bear, his first migraine-sensing service dog, who became somewhat of a Woodinville celebrity. Honey Bear would be at James's side as he worked at various retail stores bagging items at the checkout. After she passed, Sprinkles and Otis were adopted and professionally trained to look after James. And they too go to work.
So they've been going every day. I can go to any restaurant anywhere and I show them their service card and they're like, yeah, you're good.
James says there's confusion because there's two, but
They are bonded. They are like twins.
he's not looking for retribution here, just understanding and empathy from the Value Village worker he says forced him out of the store.
I don't want to see him lose his job. That I don't want. You know, he just didn't understand. You know, you don't have to be tough. I just want people to know what service dogs are for. I mean, service dogs come in all sizes.
We've given Value Village some time to respond to this incident. I reached out to them 48 hours ago for comment, information, a response to this, and we have yet to hear back. Reporting in Woodinville, Lauren Donovan, Fox 13 News.
Hey, 3 minutes, 21 seconds of screen sharing meeting control.
Okay, so I'm old and I'm cynical. So my first thought was, is there a problem with this guy and his dogs? So I read the comment section, and overwhelmingly, the comments back this guy up. I mean, you got people coming on saying, look, I knew this guy. I've known this guy for years. He's a sweetheart. His dogs are really well behaved. So unless somebody shows me evidence to the contrary, I'm going to assume that this Value Village employee not only was way out of line, I mean, just a jerk to this loyal customer, but the employee broke the law. And Value Village needs to respond to this. They need to take a stand on this issue. This is, law aside, this is a loyal customer. This guy's been going to your store for years. You need to respond to this, and you need to denounce this behavior, and you need to do something about the employee, retrain him, whatever you need to do. Now, let's discuss service animals in general. First of all, let's cut through some of the distractions. Usually there aren't two service animals. I haven't heard of any other circumstance where there's two service animals. I'm sure if this gets any traction, I will. But you can have two service animals. These guys are a bonded pair. Okay. Also, the gentleman dresses up as dogs. That's typically not what you see with service animals, but again, there's no law saying you can't do that. I've got my own opinions on it. Um, but legally he's allowed to do that. So let's just cut through now. If you're a business owner, here's what you need to know about service animals. You can ask two questions. One, is this a service animal? Two, what does it do? So in this case, the answers would be, yes, this is a service animal. These are service animals. They determine when I'm going to have a migraine and they let me know. They have different ways of alerting. So they perform a specific task for this gentleman. So if the customer is able to answer these questions, then you must allow the service animal, unless the service animal is behaving in a way that is dangerous or destructive. So if the service animal is eating food off the tables at the restaurant, or is being aggressive toward other dogs, or is running around and, thinks everything is a chew toy, whatever. Most service animals are very highly trained. They're very well behaved. But, there is the odd exception. So you can remove the animal if they're misbehaving to that degree. Now, if an animal is not a service animal, so if the answer to question number one is no, you don't have to allow that animal in your establishment. In fact, there's a lot of problems with non-service animals actually, attacking service animals because they're scared, or they're in a situation they never should have been put in, and so they lash out at another dog. Okay, and if you are in a situation like that, and this guy did the smart thing, right? He didn't sue the store. He got the media involved. And I guarantee you that the negative publicity is going to hurt that store. I mean, if you read the comments, there was a few people that said, I'm never going to that store again because of what happened. If you're in Value Village's position, respond immediately, take action in favor of the customer, make the situation right. Because the longer you delay in responding, the worse it's going to be for you. People don't like to see that sort of discrimination, and it was I usually don't use that word, but this is discrimination in the legal sense, and people don't like that. And I think there's going to be a backlash against Value Village. So yeah, if you're a business and you're in that situation, respond quickly, make it right for the customer, retrain the employee, and if it's a repeated thing, you might consider terminating the employee. Anyway, that is my take. Hope you got something out of it. Like, subscribe, comment, and have a good day.